How to blend smoothly with ballpoint pen. The first thing you want to make sure of is that you're using the right pen. You can use almost any kind of pen. Just make sure the tip looks like this. If the tip is pretty much rounded and thick, it's good to use. Please avoid this pen because it's not meant for blending. It's good for outlining your drawing, but not for blending. We're not going to be fancy with our blending tools. Just a plain tissue and cotton buds will do the job. Avoid using harsh strokes and hard pressure because it will be hard to blend when you're doing a skin tone. As much as possible, keep your pressure light and consistent. This may take practice, but it's really not that hard. You can see how light my strokes are compared to the other one. I'm using thin and light strokes because they will easily blend it with a tissue. Here's a reason why I avoid using harsh strokes and heavy pressure when doing a skin tone. As you can see, the strokes are very visible. Doing this may cause your pen to bleed and create dark spots on your drawing. And even when I blend them with tissue, they don't blend well because of how thick the strokes are. It's really important to be patient in this medium because you can't erase your mistakes. The technique that I'm using here is called cross-hatching. I'm using straight lines and overlapping them to create depth in my skin tone. As you can see, I always start with the shadows first because it helps with blending later on. This is all about controlling your pressure to be consistent and light as much as possible. This process may take a while because we're really trying to achieve a smooth blending effect in our drawing. I also recommend practicing shading on a circle because it will help you grasp how to control your pressure, which you can then apply to an actual drawing. Here you can see the importance of using thin and light strokes. I'm doing this because when I blend it with a tissue, the strokes will easily glide on the paper, creating a smooth transition between them. What I do here is layering. After applying light strokes, I blend them with a tissue. I repeat this process until I achieve the desired saturation of the skin tone. Here you can see how I do all the things that I taught you in an actual drawing. As always, I started with the darkest areas of the drawing. I apply very light pressure on the paper and take my time to layer the ink together. Tissue and cotton buds are very helpful for blending. I use tissue to blend larger areas of the drawing, like the cheeks and forehead. For narrower surfaces like the eyes and lips, I use cotton buds. You can see how consistent and light my strokes are. Because of this, the ink will easily blend onto the paper. I want to remind you that this isn't easy at first. Even I had a hard time with it. But once you get the hang of it, it's really fun. To ensure a good flow of ink from your pen, use a scratch paper to make a few strokes. This helps the ink flow more consistently. To avoid dark spots on your drawing, you can use tissue to wipe off the excess ink from the tip of your pen. If you want to cover dark spots in your drawing, you can use a white pen. Simply dab the dark spots and blend them with your finger or a tissue. I really hope you enjoy and learn from this tutorial. Remember, sometimes the cheapest materials are the best ones to use for your art. They can often surprise you with how much they can do.